first official acknowledgement by management at UHG that the current site is unfit for purpose. And this is an issue that I have been campaigning on for some time, and it was one of my top priorities in the general election. And in fact, my maiden speech in Dáil Éireann was a call for the Minister, at that time the Minister for Health, to push for the relocation of UHG to Merlin Park, because it is the obvious location for a new state-of-the-art hospital for the West.
It is, but I mean, the situation is, I mean, you and I, we've known ourselves for about 15 years that was the right move. There was and is space to build in Merlin Park, a state-of-the-art. But again, the investment kept going into UHG. Yes,
and in my view it was nonsensical in that there was no forward vision, no long-term plan, not even a plan in place for the future capacity, because as we know, UHG is a centre of excellence for Galway and the West, treating people as far up as Donegal, and it just made absolutely no sense that you have a 42-acre site in the heart of the city that's hemmed in by traffic congestion. There's no room for expansion, and here we have state-owned land in Merlin Park, ready and available for use, but there was no plan and no forward vision. So I really welcome this statement last week by the Saolta Hospital Group, and I think this hopefully will end the debate over the need for a new hospital, and we can now start concentrating on actually making it happen.
But you know how long this is going to take. I mean, first off, we're getting excited, and no disrespect to the clinical director Pat Nash, he made it, and he made it because he was speaking the truth. But now there's going to have to be evaluation after evaluation. There's going to have to be somebody appointed to see, should we or should we not? I mean, you and I could be retired by the time this happens.
Hopefully not. And I think first of all we have to acknowledge that, I suppose, a statement was made by the Saolta Hospital Group. That's very, very important, and nothing could be done unless people actually acknowledge it within the system. I've spoken to the Saolta Group. I know that a scoping group has been set up within the executive to look at the requirements with regard to number of beds, theatres, the facilities, exactly what will be needed on this new site at Merlin Park. I've also spoken to the new Minister for Health, Simon Harris, and he's agreed to meet with the Saolta Hospital Group, and that will be key in order to move this forward. Now that we have got, I suppose, official acknowledgement, a lot of people have been saying it, many of your listeners, people who are going into the hospital over the last few years from right across the Western Seaboard, they can see the congestion, they can see that it's not fit for purpose, and there was no forward vision with regard to a new location. If you look at Cork, they're planning a state-of-the-art 300-bed acute hospital, and one of the main recommendations was that this new hospital shouldn't be built on a site any less than 50 acres, and preferably on 100 acres. And here we are at UHD on a 42-acre site where we have 150 acres of land, state-owned land in Merlin Park. It's a no-brainer, and it's really positive news that the Saolta Group have come on board now and acknowledged this, and I will do everything that I can in order to push this forward. The next phase is really the planning and looking at resources as to how to fund this, and so that's where this meeting with the Minister will be very important. This is something that should have been done years ago. People have been talking about it, and there's been no action on it. And again, as I said, it was a top priority for me. It was one of the key issues that I promised people going door to door. It was coming up door after door with regard to UHG, and as we all know, it's no reflection on the staff who are working so hard under very, very difficult conditions. It's the premises, it's the site, it's the future long-term vision that was needed, and nobody was stepping up to the mark and acknowledging it in the right circles. So I think what we got there from the Saolta Hospital Group on Friday is a very positive step forward to provide the people of Galway and the Western region with a modern, state-of-the-art, fit-for-purpose hospital that's badly needed in that area. And I'll be doing everything that I can to work with the Minister, the new Minister for Health, Simon Harris, and management at UHG to make this work and to move this as fast as possible. And there will be complexities as there are in planning and all of that. We're all aware of it. But all of these are surmountable if the right will is there and people are going to work proactively and non-politically, we'll say, together.
Thank you for joining us, Deputy Hildegard Naughton.